Applied Behavior Analysis. According to the Center for Autism-Related Disorders, Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA, is the application of the principles of learning and motivation from behavior analysis, and the procedures and technology derived from those principles to the solution of problems of social significance. In other words, it's a scientifically based approach to analyzing behaviors and using evidence-based interventions to address those behaviors. In this presentation, I'm going to explain why I am for ABA. Firstly, it's evidence-based. There's a significant amount of research that supports ABA. Thousands of research studies have been conducted over the past 40 years. All these research studies document the effectiveness of ABA. These studies have been performed with a wide variety of populations, such as individuals with mental illness, developmental disabilities, and learning disorders. Interventionists such as parents, teachers, and staff, settings such as schools, homes, hospitals, business centers, institutions, and group homes, and behaviors such as language, social, academic, leisure, functional, aggression, self-injury, oppositional, and stereotyped behaviors. ABA is systematic. It's the process of systematically applying interventions. It's based off of principles of learning theory, and it involves a specific plan for each individual child based on their targeted behaviors and skills. ABA is a reliable measurement, and it involves an objective evaluation of an observable behavior, so something you can see. The behaviors are clearly defined without the use of vague terms. There's an analysis of the antecedents of occurrence or non-occurrence of behaviors, so what is causing these behaviors to occur or not. The frequency, duration, and other measures can be easily recorded. Behaviors are evaluated in relevant settings, and it involves constantly evaluating the effectiveness of individualized interventions through data collection. So it's always looking at, is this intervention working? Some may argue that ABA therapists are too forceful in demanding a behavior to be performed, even if the child is feeling uncomfortable. They say that therapists don't give breaks for students, even if they're distressed, that ABA restricts items a child loves for reinforcement only, that therapists are trying to get rid of unusual behaviors to have the child appear more normal, and a lot of criticism of discrete trial training, saying it's too restrictive, it's only teacher initiated, the reinforcers are unrelated to the target response, and there's no generalization or spontaneity. In reality, this all sounds like bad practice or an experience with a therapist who is not implementing ABA interventions appropriately. Although DTT is a very strict ABA approach, it's only one of many methods that fall under the ABA umbrella. An example would be Natural Environment Training, or NET. This addresses a lot of DTT's weaknesses. It has skills taught in more natural environments, and the reinforcers are always directly related to the task. In my experience, I am not trained in ABA practices, but I do see it being used in my school a lot by the autism teachers in the autism program. Discrete trial training is usually only used to teach early skills, and once mastered, the intervention approach changes as the child grows and progresses. Never have I seen a child be worked to an uncomfortable or distressed state. Students receive breaks often and as needed. Reinforcers vary and are usually chosen by the student that day. The uniqueness of students with autism are celebrated, and students are encouraged to express themselves in their own ways. With all this being said, there could be complaints about any intervention strategy, especially if it's being implemented inappropriately. ABA is ultimately an effective approach to addressing behaviors. Thank you for listening, and here are my references.